Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara. All relations. Let's get started today. Today, we're talking all about this understanding of the new golden timeline, the new golden age, where we're slowly stepping into the fifth dimension, as well as understanding how to calibrate our energies as this new timeline moves forward. You see, we are light masters. We're not just light workers here. So we're not just here to call it witchcraft. It's wavecraft. Okay. Why? Because we surf God's algorithms, right? I tune into source like it's Spotify premium. I'm not wishing for success. I'm vibrating into form. So let me break this down for you, Uncle Makara style. You are a molecular painter. Every thought that you dwell in is a frequency filament. Every feeling is the glue, every belief is the voltage setting. So when you feel a thought and that thought has a high emotional charge to it, you're not just manifesting, you're architecting your timeline. Okay. And here's what they don't tell you in terms of the fake law of attraction, reels. You can't manifest from a dirty aura. Okay. Your aura's got to be clean. It's got to be sharp. And one of the easiest ways to maintain this is through sea salt or salt. Okay. It's been highly known to exfoliate in the physical world, but in the metaphysical world it has a different purpose. So if you can get yourself some sea salt soap, that's the first thing that I would even tell you. This is so synchronous, man. Just right now is reading something related to this. Mind blowing. Because we're tapped into the same stream, bro. That's why. Tapped into the same stream right now. That's what I said. So you can't magnetize miracles with the musty energy of doom scroll breath. Okay? You've got to shower, lift heavy, speak clean, be seen for who you really are, not like this fake version of you or whatever. Okay? Because motion is the devotion. All right? Motion is the devotion. If you're unemployed and sitting in crusty clothes, you're not neutral. You're decaying your chi. Movement is prayer. Obsession is worship. However, obsession, when pointed correctly towards your purpose, becomes powerful. So addiction doesn't become now your enemy. It becomes a steering wheel. Just aim the beast, right? You aim it at what you want. Obsess over clean wins. Obsess over real, authentic growth, over leveling up, right? Believe you have received it and it shall be yours, okay? Ancient quantum mechanism that's written in parable forms. Yo, hey there, babe. SLW, what's up? I like the way you spelled your name here. S7W, that's lit. Just turn the seven backwards. That's cool. No L's here, only sevens. Okay. So Jesus wasn't a carpenter, he was actually a timeline builder, guys, right? You're out here listening to broke beats from dudes, flexing chains instead of channeling chain reactions in your field. Meanwhile, we're over here, you know, bumping like some kind of weird frequency in the background while we're downloading timelines from the Lyrans or whatever, right? So this is definitely a different kind of energy, okay? But if you ain't got the momentum, then you don't bring in the same magnetism, the same level of energetics, right? So the Makara mindset says, I am the current. I don't wait for the waves. I create the tsunamis, right? And so next time if you catch me rising, don't think It's from lack. Remember, it's from a man that finally started to remember his destiny, okay, and his divinity. So it was that God spark in gym shorts that magnetized miracles with a really, really clean breath, right? Sharp fade, clear conscience. But the truth is, we're already doing the law of attraction, but are you doing it chaotically and sporadically, or are you doing it very consciously and intentionally, right? So being the river, not the puddle. Don't just fake it till you make it. We act it till we fact it, right? Faith it till we flame it. Okay, recognize it until we remember the real self emerge. This is the evolved tech from my book, TPM, Theatrical Plasticity Method. So we want to really understand, what does this golden timeline mean for us? Does it mean a lot more liberation, freedom, awakened souls, walking with their hearts and minds synchronized, head held high, feeling good, feeling confident, you know? You don't attract what you want, you attract what you linger in, what you dwell in, what you think of, like when you go back to your default mode network, when you're just chilling, right? Your baseline, then you'll slowly start to understand whatever you do before you sleep at night, right? That tells you, and it enters your subconscious and it begins the new day, right? You put it in the unconscious. You're not manifesting until the shadow itself gets really horny for the goal, right? You don't want biceps. You imagine biceps hugging the earth, right? I imagine shirts crying as I walk by, okay? Then I forget about it. Then I just drop it, right? Let the muscle remember me, right? If we have muscle memory, let the muscle remember me. That's the paradox, right? Let go of the need for it. Keep the desire for it, but let go of the need for it, right? So infuse it with your own holy fire, and then throw it into the river of forgetfulness. Like, oh yeah, whatever, right? So it's, if this golden timeline for us is vivid, it's wild, it's weird, right? Then you're becoming energized. And energy is happiness. You know, I've lingered in the frequency of, before I've manifested or brought in Ellie into my life. I lingered in the frequency where someone was laughing at my most dumbest jokes while they're like folding my t-shirts, right? Or whatever. And I lingered in that. I was eating like that. I was sleeping like that. I was flossing like that. I was going to the toilet like that, right? So when you understand that you're picturing you and a person laughing, guess what? Laughter is a release. Laughter allows us to actually bring in the newest timeline because it's making us feel more light. And what is our authentic self? It is light. It's a light body. Okay. So this is the real prayer and the release. This is how we break generational chains with our eyes closed. Okay. So you think intrusive thoughts means that you're cursed? No. It means your main image is weak. Strengthen it, color it in, give it more detail. Make the image so loud in your mind that it sings through the static of your depression and doubt. A strong image is a shield. So if you want to be a lawyer, you got to feel it in your pancreas, bones, right? Organs. Okay. Eat courtroom crackers. I don't know. Do something, right? Talk to birds like they're paralegals. Okay. Because the universe doesn't respond to you chasing, begging, wanting, wishing. It responds to your embodiment, right? That's the real game. So if you want to evolve, you got to let go of the you that keeps making promises that it never keeps, right? You think you're one person, but you're a committee of ghosts arguing over who gets the wheel. Stanley, what's good? Peace, love, and joy. G's. Nice. Okay. So there's this committee of like different archetypes in my head. One day it's the gym bro, the other day he's the couch philosopher, the other day he becomes like a kind of slightly confused sage, another day he becomes a party prophet, right? It doesn't matter. They're all archetypes, all fractured self fusing with one congruent frequency. And my frequency's flow, baby, right? Flow state essence. Flow state essence. That's what you want to embody slowly. Okay. This is why hard work is so sacred. I used to see hard work as difficult work. Okay. Now I see it as solid work. Okay. So this is the main difference. This is what we're thinking about. This is how we're tuning into this. Now let's talk about faith. Faith isn't about begging like, oh, please God. Faith is also a frequency. And the receipt of faith is the image you can feel. If you can imagine you and your enemy laughing together in detail, just forget, right? That's the real scripture. So it's image plus sensation. Why do the wicked thrive? Because they see their image clearly, right? It might be demonic, but it's very vivid. Okay. So clarity of desire attracts timelines. Fuzziness attracts nothing, right? Blurry imagery, kind of sort of feeling it. Maybe I want to dye my hair blonde. Maybe I want to be brunette. Maybe I want to, maybe is going to keep you in this dopamine loop all the time. You got to decide. Don't say I'll be fit. Just say, oh yeah, I'm the fit guy, yo. I'm the one that lifts. You got to embody that. Don't say one day I will be, okay? No. It's a signal to the universe your frequency's been locked in. And now some of you have got the same paycheck that you had 4 years ago. You become the ghost of your own progress, but you're not stuck. You're just suffocating too many identities that aren't willing to die. You must sacrifice the versions of you who can't keep up. Let them fade, let them rot, let them starve, and let the only the real you who forgives, who works, only give voice to them in the room. Otherwise, you know, you're just watching videos and your life is staying the same. And this is not what we're about on this channel, right? We're taking massive changes every day to better ourselves, right? So don't sleep on this, right? Wave casting over broadcasting. Okay. What religion calls blasphemy, your genome calls destiny. You can't think with one mind. You're a mind collective. You're not you. You're a council of selves pretending to be a person. Embrace the hive mind within you. Then you're going to get the power back. A lot of people, they're breaking down, maybe body's getting fever. That's not weakness. It's a system override. Sometimes, you know how I see it nowadays? If I ever get sick, I haven't gotten sick in a bit because I'm being very healthy and positive. However, the virus is also a teacher, right? I'm on a no smoke fast, not from guilt. I'm doing it for my own grid recalibration, for my own maturity, spiritual maturity, right? So a lot of the times, what tends to happen is people take on these corporate avatars for the fallen faction, like the dark energies of the planet, right? And the second you think you're above others, you've already fallen from the throne of unity. So flying, healing, telepathy, it's all tucked into our human templates. Okay? You're not evolving into gods, you're remembering you once were. Okay, so light language is ancestral tech. Okay, trees, whales, bugs, bacteria, they're all upgrading the firmware too, right? This is not just your glow up, it's also Gaia's glow up. So let's give it to Mother Nature, right? Give it to that energy because this is a planetary ascension. It's multi-species too, right? So the animals are going to feel it. If you guys notice this shift, animals are even feeling it, right? So we're not here to erase the self, we're here to transmute the throne that it sat on. I'm not here to coach you, okay? I'm here to help you catapult into your own multidimensional blueprint. All right? Dreams are previews of the next episode. Absolutely, right? Previews. I like that. Yeah, exactly like that. So, this is it, man. This is really it. Don't sleep and force yourself to sleep. Okay, this is one advice. If you can pull an all-nighter and ignore that like consultant in your head that tells you that you have to do this exactly like this, like I'm not forcing myself to sleep anymore. I'm flowing myself to sleep. I'm relaxing myself to sleep because it's really a fear of death I've recognized. And fear of death means it's a fear of the root chakra, which is not wanting to go into the astral world. So to be able to actually merge this world with the astral realm, we have to merge both. Okay, guys, I got to get going because I'm tapping into my dad's transmission as well. So I don't want to be just the one here speaking. But don't quote Andrew Tate. Be your own. You know, why are you always imposing like this? Right? That I have to. Oh yeah, but Aiden didn't do that. You know. But listen, here's the real key here. The clarity of your consciousness is the currency of your kingdom. Okay? So you clean the fog, then you catch the flow, you ride the lightning. Okay? And don't sleep if God's talking to you because you're going to get some incredible downloads. I'm telling you. Then how to stabilize the root chakra. Root chakra is done through grounding, feeling connected to the earth, wiggling your toes, getting out of your head and into the present moment again. To be in your physicality. If you start doing any kind of exercise, you're putting yourself into your survival and your security, therefore activating the root, right? So you have to first of all overcome all fear. Then the root chakra starts to activate. Then it goes into the sacral and your creativity awakens. And then you can take action, right? So it works in order, right? Level by level. And if you can make it a habit to just get one of those acupressure slippers, those little with the little pointed things on it, or if you just wiggle your toes and remind yourself to like do lower body movements throughout the day, just get out of your head and into your experience more and more and more. That's how I learned to tap into the Uncle Makara energy because it's like being as grounded as the bottom of the ocean, right? That's what made me heal my core wound of being in my head all the time and not really fully embracing and like living reality the way that I want it to be. Okay. So this is my advice to you. Thank you so much, guys, for tapping in. I hope this video helps you out today. Remember, it's not witchcraft, it's wavecraft. Okay, we're not doing black magic here. We're using the metaphysics of our own mind, our own technology, inner technologies, and we're understanding that the primordial tech is already within us, right? We just have to unveil, let it unfold, and have it come alive. Thank you so much, guys, for tapping in. Have an incredible rest of your day. All right, Upward Spiral Gang, I hope you cherish this message today. Take it forward. Let's envision this beautiful golden timeline together. All right, guys? We're here to win. Let's go. Upward Spiral Gang. Peace. Much love. Much love, guys. Right. Whoa, was there one more question? Oh, how to merge astral body with the root chakra grounded. Yeah. So after you overcome the fear of that, you will slowly start to be able to peer into your dreams and then start lucid dreaming as well as be able to go more into the astral realms. But it is a step by step by step. So don't rush it. The first thing you have to practice is in that moment from when you're going to sleep, can you remain conscious as you're in that sleepy state? That's the first thing that you got to train. Got to train that, and then it really starts to activate. Okay. Um, yeah, so that's what I would tell you. Practice that for a week or so, like stay in that liminal space, and then you'll slowly start to see different images, different ways that you can maneuver through this. Okay, there's many ways to do this, but I've found that this is one of the easiest ways is to set the intention before sleep. So myself and Ellie, my girlfriend, she's over there listening. You know, she'll tell you that before we sleep at night, we decide, let's go to Tibet. Let's go to Bhutan. Let's go to Nicaragua. Let's go to Spain. Let's go to Paris. We decide that we are going to go to these different locations before we sleep. And so obviously our subconscious minds are already pulling that through, right? And so we're living more life through our subconscious And sometimes I work overtime in the astral too, right? And it's so powerful to do that, right? Samba, what's good, brother? About to end it. My bad. Catch the replay, all right? Let's get it. Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. Thank you so much for tapping in. Much love, guys. Peace and love. Gems, gems. Yep. I was here to drop gems today. Let's go.